God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning, welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. I'm Judge Capper, and we are doing reviews today. Today's September the 9th, so people that have reviews will be called. Come up to the table to your right when you're called for a review.
Jeanette Boyd, Brian Combs, Aaron Cron, Samantha Gonzalez, Casey Jackson.
Jeanette Boyd is 20-2482. Leaving the scene case. All right, Ms. Boyd, you have some fines and costs still left to pay. Do you have a payment?
Yes, sir.
How much are you paying?
$30.
Okay, quiet in the courtroom.
Sorry.
Quiet down. Okay, I'm going to set your next hearing for October the 11th. See the clerk to make your payment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Brian Combs, 21-21-29 is the case number. You got 3 days community service left to do.
Yes, sir.
You get that done, Mr. Combs.
Okay. If I get that done, will I have to still come back to court?
You will not.
Are we done? Okay.
Looks like that's all you got left to do.
Yes, sir.
So give me a date.
Give you a date when I can get it done?
Yes, sir.
I'll have it done by, what's today's date? I'll have it done by October.
Well, no, you give me a date when you're going to be here.
We'll be here for community service.
Yes, sir.
I'll be here Friday.
So that's the 13th.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Cooper's got you down for that.
Can I switch that to Thursday? Because I go to OVP on Friday.
I'm sorry?
Can I switch that to Thursday? Because I go to OVP on
Yeah,
Friday.
that's even better. 12th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll set your next hearing for October the 15th. That's a Tuesday. You get it finished, which you should, you won't have to come back.
Okay, perfect.
October 15th, 9 o'clock is your next hearing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Aaron Cron, 19-288. Finished community service, hasn't finished paying fines, is not here. So it'll be a bench warrant for failure to appear today. Samantha Gonzalez,
Yes.
24-125.
Your Honor, if I may, she turned enough community service in to finish her case up, but I had not verified it.
Okay,
I do need to verify it.
all right, you have contact information with
Yes.
her? Okay. Mr. Cooper will let you know if you get total credit for all the community service you turned in, you'll be finished. So just in case, I'll set a date for October 21st.
Okay.
But if you verify with him you're finished, you don't have to come back.
Alrighty, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Casey Jackson.
Yes, sir.
22-510, 22-165. It's at RRS.
Your Honor, he just completed the program at Star Community Justice Center. He's been back with us for about 3 weeks.
Okay. And are you ordered by common pleas also to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so you're working with them too. Okay, it looks like the only thing you have left here are fines. community service that you had ordered, you did, so you don't have any of that to do left. Okay, since Common Pleas is going to be monitoring you, I'm going to go 2 months out before you have to come back here. So we'll go into November. I'll set your next review hearing here for November 22nd.
Supposed to be dismissed.
9 o'clock, November 22nd.
That's common, it's not this.
Any questions?
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Cynthia King, Brian Kitts, Chase Lewis, Timothy Salmons, Victoria Stinson, Caitlin Rose.
Cynthia King. Cynthia King. Case number 192880. Cynthia King has not appeared, so the warrant issued for failure to appear. Brian Kitts, 222478. All right, you've got 2 days community service. You got to get that done. Give me a date when you're going to be here.
Can I do it on the weekend? Because it'd be hard for me to get a
Saturday.
weekday. Yeah, that would work.
Okay, so this Saturday is the 14th.
Because I just started working.
So be here at 7:30 Saturday morning. Do you have a payment on your fine today?
I can do it tomorrow. I'll get paid tomorrow. Is that all right?
Well, you got to get it done.
I got like $7 in my pocket. I'll take that out there. I'll probably use it for my lunch.
Well, this case is 2 years old, and you paid $10 on your fines in 2 years.
Well, I just started working, so I hadn't had a job
Well, you
yet.
can always come out and do community service. So if you can't,
Well, I'm gonna pay the fine.
If you can't pay, you can work.
No, I'm
If
gonna
you can't
pay.
work, you can pay.
Right.
So there's no excuses.
What's the date? What's that, the 14th?
You gotta be here on Saturday the 14th at 7:30. Set your next review hearing for October the 11th. That's a Friday, 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Chase Lewis, 141065. And you're paying on fines. You did already make a payment today. So next hearing will be, does it matter if it's Mondays or Fridays?
No, sir.
October the 11th. Once you've paid it, you don't have to come back anymore. October 11th, 9 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Victoria Stinson, 231056. Paid your fines, you got community service to do.
Yes.
Okay, when are you gonna do some community service?
I'm working 7 days a week so I can try to get my license back. I'm trying to fit in some community service. It's hard to find somebody that'll take me in except for the dog pound.
Okay, yeah, you can do that on Sundays.
Well, I work Sundays too. So I can get my license. I gotta get my license back.
Well, you gotta do your community service too.
Okay.
I mean, both are required. You have paid your fine off, so I'll give you some more time, but you gotta get this done. Or you gotta do jail. Those are the options. I'm assuming you'd rather do community service and go to jail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, get it done.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta take a day off and do your community service. October 21st is your next hearing. October 21, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Caitlin Rhodes, 21-834. Okay, I'm shown funds paid and community service done. Have you done the dip school?
Are you talking to me or?
Oh, I'm sorry, Caitlin Rhodes. Not Caitlin
It's like-
Rhodes. Caitlin Rhodes is not here. But it looks like, can you review this? It looks like everything's done, but I don't have any report from the driver intervention program, so I'll refer this back to probation to review. All right, what's your name, sir?
Timothy Salmons.
Timothy Salmons is 23-193, 16-2049.
I have, this Saturday and next Saturday, I'm gonna do I owe $50 in one day. Community service, I'm gonna do it this Saturday and next Saturday, so that would pay that off.
Okay. Yes. If you do that, you'll be finished. So I'll go ahead and set you for October the 11th. Get it done before then. You don't have to come back.
Okay, all right, thank you.
9 o'clock, October the 11th.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, that finishes the reviews. We're going to start the arraignment hearings now. So arraignments are what the new cases, the first hearing is called an arraignment. Purpose of that is to tell you what the charges are, the possible penalties, take a plea if it's a misdemeanor. So you have 3 choices. You can plead guilty, not guilty, no contest. I'm going to call the bail's going to call your name, come up to the table to the right, just like the prior folks did. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything, but if you do make statements, what you say is all on the record. So if you admit something about your case, the state can use that against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. If you can't afford one, you have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charge beyond a reasonable doubt. If you're asked for a plea, if you don't know what to do, the safest plea is always not guilty. You should not enter a guilty plea or no contest plea to get things over. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Ryan Langley, case number TRC 24-1874, A, B, and C. Ryan Langley.
Ryan Langley has a OVI charge, was cited to be here today at 9 a.m., has failed to appear. So there will be a capias issued for his arrest for failure to appear.
State of Ohio versus Amy Dement, case number CRB 24525, CRB 24526.
Ma'am, are you Amy Dement?
Yes.
Case number 24525 alleges that on April the 27th of 2024 in Windsor Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause Bobby Simpkins to believe you would cause serious physical harm to that person. That's a menacing charge, aggravated menacing. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail and $1,000 fine. .526 case number alleges that on June the 6th of 2024 in Rome Township, you knowingly caused Philip Thacker to believe you would cause serious physical harm to him. Yeah, that's also aggravated menacing. Also a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand these 2 charges?
Yes,
Do you understand the rights you have?
yes,
How do you plead to these charges?
not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
I already have a lawyer with those 2 cases. I have Norford for Philip case.
Okay, Mr. Morford's representing you?
Yes,
Is he appointed by court?
with you, yes.
Okay. Is he on on the docket today?
He already knows about these cases.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and enter a not guilty plea for you. He's on the docket today, but he's not here yet. I'll let you sign a $1,000 signature bond.
Sure.
Is there anyone from the prosecutor's office about a protection order? This is Amy Dawn Dement on 2 aggravated missing, so I'm asking about protection orders.
You know, this might be a special prosecutor case.
Can I go and ask him?
I don't know. Is it?
Who's on that?
Who signed the complaint?
Can you show me?
Oh, it is Ryan. You're correct, Ryan Andrews.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and order you. Is there any problem for you to stay away from Bobby Simpkins and Philip Thacker?
No, but I had a question about the protection order about Philip. On the protection order, I have a protection order against Philip, but he's been on Facebook harassing me. I have proof that he's been on Facebook bothering me and continue bothering me. I have proof, and he will not stop. He's just mad that I split up with him, and he continues to bother me. I have left him alone. I have not bothered him. He just will not stop because he's mad that I left him. And I won't get back with them.
Have you reported that to law enforcement?
No, because they kept, like, they're all buddies with him.
Okay. Well, let's get the victim advocate in and you can talk with her. She wants to make a complaint about violation of protection order from Philip Thacker. So I'm going to order you stay away from him and Bobby Simpkins.
I have been doing both.
And then they're ordered to stay away from you, apparently.
Yes.
I'll appoint Mr. Warford. He should be here later if you want to speak to him today.
Yeah, sure.
He's on the docket today.
So just wait around for him?
Yes.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm entering a not guilty plea. I'll set your next hearing for September 30th for a pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Did you sign here? Here is your protection.
Talk to Jasmine about your complaints of violation of protection order.
She'll come up and talk to you.
State of Ohio versus Bailey Sayer, case number TRD 24-1816, A and B. Bailey Sayer.
You're Bailey A. Sayer.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sayer, it's alleged that September the 1st at 11:08 p.m. in Fayette Township, you were driving a vehicle with a suspended license. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. And it's alleged you were driving 74 miles an hour in a 55 zone. That's not a jail offense. Speeding, maximum penalty is $150 fine. You understand these 2 charges?
Yes, sir.
You understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true.
I did fix my license, though.
Okay.
They are no longer suspended.
All right, the officer says, while sitting stationary US 52 near milepost 18, I checked the defendant's speed at 69 and 55. He was stopped and determined he was under suspension. So it says on the citation 74, so I'll treat it as 69 because that's what it says in the report. What'd you have to do to get your license back?
There was a ticket that I got in Cross Lanes, West Virginia, about a year ago, and they suspended the license over me paying the ticket late. And so I had to go up and my dad actually went and done that for me, but I have no proof that I done it, but he went up and
Okay.
fixed it for me.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Do you have any proof of that?
No,
So
sir.
have a seat. We're going to run your license, and then when I
Okay.
get that information back,
Sure.
we can tell if you've been reinstated. Then I'll sentence you after I get that back.
State of Ohio versus Page Ian Walker, case number TRC 24-1889. Page Nicole Walker.
Is it Wallace?
It's Wallace,
Wallace.
Paige Wallace. And ma'am, your Paige
Yes, sir.
Nicole Wallace.
Yes.
Ms. Wallace, it's alleged that on September the 5th at 2:18 a.m. in the village of Chesapeake, that you were operating a vehicle while being under the influence of alcohol, that you took a breath test and tested 102. And it's alleged to be your first offense. On the first offense, the maximum is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, 3-year license suspension. The minimum is 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, and a 6-month license suspension. Your test score of 10 is over the per se level of 8. 8 is the per se level under Ohio law. To get the treatment as per se violation, the state has to show that they comply with the rules for giving the test. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights you have?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to these charges?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true. By doing that, you waive the right to have a trial and to have a lawyer. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to read the officer's report into the record, and then you can make a statement of explanation if you want to. You're not required to. This is Trooper Barnett of the Ohio State Highway Patrol. It says on September 5th at 2:18, I was dispatched to help the Sheriff's Department at State Route 7 near Milepost 3. When I arrived at 2:27, I made contact with Deputy Chin. He advised there was a driver secured in his patrol car. I went and made contact with the driver, opened the door, asked her how much she had to drink, and she stated not enough. Asked her who she was. She identified herself as Paige Wallace. Asked her how she got there. She said she had walked. I advised that we were going to tow the car, and she says, well, it's not in my name. Asked if that was the vehicle she drove to get there, and she replied yes. I asked her to step out of the patrol car. I could detect an odor of alcohol coming from her breath, and she was slurring her speech. I asked her what she had been drinking, and she said, again, she had not had enough. Followed her answer and said, not enough of what? She replied, not enough alcohol. I asked her what kind of alcohol had you been drinking. She said Michelob Ultras. I asked her how many she had. She said not enough. And she said she had some Crown Apple whiskey and a couple of Johnny bootleggers. I told her I was going to give her a few tests to make sure it was safe to drive. Asked her to take her glasses off. Her pupils were dilated, did not react to light. Performed an HGN test, observed 6 clues for alcohol. I demonstrated walk and turn test. She's moved from starting position when I began to demonstrate the test. Asked her if she understood the instructions. I told her she could start whenever she was ready. She stepped off the line, proceeded to stop during the test. began to tell me she was not ready. She went back to starting position for the walk and turn, started the test over. She stepped out of line, performed the turn improperly. There was 5 of 8 clues on the walk and turn test. I gave her the one-leg stand test. I observed her swing for balance during the test. And there was 4 clues for alcohol. She was arrested for ODI and taken back to the control post where she agreed to give a breath sample, which showed a result of 102. She was given a citation for ODI and released her husband, who was a sober driver. Okay, any explanation or statement you want to make?
No, sir.
Sean, you do have proof of insurance.
Yes.
Are you working?
No, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Okay. Well, on the driving privileges, I can either give you, unlimited driving privileges, but to do that, you have to have the device placed on your vehicle. You know, people refer to it as blow and go, where you have to blow into it before you can start your vehicle. Or I can give you limited driving privileges, and you don't have to have that. So those are 2 options under Ohio law. Do you know which one you would prefer?
The blow thing's fine.
Okay, you'll have to pay it. Now, there's a charge for that. You don't pay it to the court. You have to have it placed on your vehicle.
How much
Pay
is
the
it?
charges. I'm not sure the exact charges. but-
I believe the last one was like $575, Your Honor.
Yeah, there's a company in Portsmouth that you have to contact to have that placed on your
Okay.
vehicle.
Okay.
You want to do that.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do that, I'll give you limited driving privileges, and you can drive for, do you have any children?
Yeah. I have 3.
I'll allow you to drive for child care purposes during the time of your suspension.
Am I allowed to go to like grocery store too?
Well, tell me about your circumstances.
My husband's a truck driver. And he's
Okay.
gone most of the day. It's just me and the kids.
All right, I'll allow for child care and for household purposes.
Okay.
So what happens if you get stopped, you gotta prove that you're within your rights to drive, so.
Okay. So I'll
Okay.
do that instead of the blow thing.
Okay, you can talk, you're gonna be on probation, you're gonna speak to your probation officer, you can clear it up with him, talk to
Okay.
him about it, decide which direction you want to go.
Okay.
His name is John Major. You're gonna meet with him when we get finished here in the courtroom.
Okay.
Okay, I'll impose a $500 fine. I'll order you to pay the court costs. You're gonna have a 6-month license suspension. It starts the day of the incident. You were under a non-automatic license suspension. As soon as you take the test and test over, the suspension starts then. 20 days in jail. You'll suspend all of your jail time as long as you are compliant with the things you're required to do. You'll have 5 days of community service to do. You got to go to the 3-day program, driver intervention program. You'll be on probation for 2 years or until you finish things that you're ordered to do. You'll have a review hearing with the court on March the 10th of next year, so you'll come back. If you observe beginning of court, we have people here for reviews, that's what they come back to review if they've been compliant with what they're ordered to do. If you finish everything before then, you don't have to come back. Just confirm with your probation officer you're finished. So you can have limited driving privileges, as I stated previously. Do you have any questions of me?
Did you say I'd go 20 days in jail?
Suspended.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
think you said
I don't want you to go to jail.
I don't either.
All you gotta do is do the things that I tell you to do, pay your fine,
Okay,
do your community service, and you gotta go to that 3-day school,
okay.
and you'll never have to see the inside of the jail. Just do the things you're ordered to do.
Thank you.
Mr. Major's office to the left as you leave the courtroom on the west side of the building. Go over there, check in with him, get your paperwork,
Okay,
then you're free to go. Any questions?
no.
Okay, that's
Thank
all.
you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Bailey Sayer, case number TRD 24-1816.
Okay, we checked on your license and you are valid. Okay, so, 24-1816 is this case number. Okay, on the driving under suspension, I'll impose a $150 fine, or you pay the court costs. I'll give you 5 days in jail suspended. Since I'm not going to give you any additional penalties since you cleared it up, so you just have a fine, court cost to pay. On the speeding offense, I'm going to impose a $50 fine. Can you pay your fine and court cost today? Or
Yes, sir.
Okay. No probation then. See the clerk, no probation, and once you've paid, you're finished.
All right.
Clerk's to the right as you leave the courtroom.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Whitney S. Morris, case number TRC 22-2575, A&B.
Ma'am, you're Whitney Morris.
Yes.
Okay, you're coming in on your own, or did you get arrested?
On my own.
Okay. So you had a review hearing on July the 10th that you failed to appear for, is that right? Do you have an explanation for that?
Honestly, I could make excuses, but I wasn't here, so I'm not going to give you an excuse.
It looks like you've done everything? or
Everything
you've
but
got
the dip class.
The 3-day school? Are you signed up for that yet?
No, I haven't been working. I'm working on it, but
All
hasn't
right,
happened.
is there anyone here from the 3-day school today?
I have not seen her, Your Honor.
Okay. There's one now here in Lawrence County. But you don't have to go to one here. You can go to any one that's approved by the state. There's one beside Scioto County. The cheapest one that I know locally is in Chillicothe. They all don't charge the same. You gotta go to one, or I gotta make you go to jail.
Okay.
So you don't wanna go to jail, do you? Okay, get it done. I'll give you a couple more months to get it done, and then I'll cancel the warrant. There had been a warrant out for your arrest. I'll cancel that and give you a new date. November 15th.
All right.
So, if you get it done and get it filed by November 15th, you don't have to come back. If you don't have it done, show up, because if you show up, I won't issue a warrant probably. If you don't show up, I gotta issue a warrant for you. You understand what you need to do?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all.
State of Ohio versus Kendall D. Bryant, case number CRB 24-523.
So are you Kendall D. Bryant?
Yes, sir.
Case number 24-523 alleges that on May 28th of 2024 in Fayette Township, you recklessly violated a protection order. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand this charge?
Yes,
Do you understand your rights?
yes,
How do you plead?
not guilty.
Okay, and this is a special prosecutor's case. Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
I work, but right now I'm off. I had a procedure done on my heart, so I can't afford a lawyer.
Do you have any income coming in at all now?
Not for about a month.
What do you usually do?
I work for Acres Package. I'm a maintenance supervisor there.
I couldn't understand what you said.
I'm a maintenance supervisor at Acres Packaging.
Okay. What's your usual income?
I make about $800 a week.
Okay, I have to determine your gross annual income. So
About $42,000 a year.
do you have dependents?
No.
Okay, then I can't appoint a lawyer for you
Right.
if you make too much money.
Can I represent myself, because
Sure.
it's going to be pretty simple if
Okay.
I explain it to them. But
I'll enter a not guilty plea for you. I'll set it for a pretrial. And hopefully, this is a case where we've got a special prosecutor. Apparently, the regular prosecutor has some sort of conflict on this. So they sent it to the court has sent it to a lawyer who accepts these cases when the prosecutor has a...
I was told by a deputy sheriff that he's called every time he's seen me, so you're probably going to have more of them.
I didn't understand what you're saying.
The fellow that's got the petition on me, every time if I pass a gas station, he's calling the sheriff.
Okay.
And he got on here that was his residence. I pulled down that driveway. That driveway's probably 200 or 300 feet, or maybe more than that. I pulled down in there, seen his truck, back out of the driveway. And it wasn't even his residence.
Sir, let me just caution you, whatever you say here is on the
That's
record.
fine. Truth's truth, I mean.
Okay. I'm going to set this for a pretrial. I don't know yet what Mr. Ashworth, as a special prosecutor, what his schedule is, but let's go ahead and set it for September the 30th for a pretrial. You can sign a $1,000 signature bond. That means you're promising to come to court when ordered. You'll pay a $1,000 penalty if you don't show up.
Your Honor, can you repeat that court date?
September 30th.
Thank you.
Any questions, sir?
No.
Okay, that's all. Give me a moment. Notify Mr. Ashworth. Taking a little longer now, just to... Okay, Kendall Bryan is set for September 30th at 10 o'clock, and I've notified Mr. Ashworth for that.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Negron, case number CRA 24-583 and TRC 24-1835, A and B. It's Mr. DeLawler's case.
You, Stephen Negron?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you, Stephen David Nagon?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dwyer, you're going to be representing him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, enter appearance for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think Mr. Hill was on his way back in. I actually think we have this case resolved.
Okay.
I was able to talk with Mr. Hill this morning about this situation, and I think we've got a proposed resolution, Your Honor. I believe the state's agreeable to amend the traffic offense to a physical control offense. And if so, Mr. Negron will be agreeable to enter a guilty plea to that offense, but there's an administrative license suspension that would stay in effect. That was issued in this case.
Well, there's also improper handling. Okay.
So, yes, Your Honor, what I've learned through reading through the case and also speaking with Mr. DeLauder, I guess that Mr. Negron was working for Mr. Name escapes me.
Sowards.
Mr. Sowards, sorry. And Mr. Sowards had entrusted a firearm to him to do some work for him, and that firearm, along with other things having to do with that work, was in the vehicle. So it's Mr. Sowards' handgun. And so from that perspective, if he were to plead to the physical control, we'd be okay with allowing the gun to be returned to Mr. Sowards. And also, the reason why we have concluded that the physical control is the best way to handle this is because Mr. Negron had actually left, and Mr. Sowards brought him back there. He was no longer controlling the vehicle, and the vehicle was crashed. And so we're okay under those circumstances. And also, he suffered apparently a pretty bad leg injury that would throw into question the field sobriety test on the walk and turn, which showed some, almost every clue, but I think he's got a cast on his leg now or something. So I think that would throw that into question as well. Now, he did refuse a test, so we would insist then that the year license suspension continue.
Mr. Dwyer.
I've explained that to Mr. Negron, Your Honor. He understands and would like to accept that resolution.
Okay, so it's going to be amended from an OVI to physical control, so that's 4511-194. And to that amended charge, how does he plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say, Mr. Berman?
No, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there any kind of recommended sentence on this?
Well, aside from the year license suspension, which I guess would continue administratively, we would just ask for a fine and a suspended jail sentence.
Mr. Dwyer.
That's our understanding, Your Honor, that would be left to the court's discretion.
All right, I'll impose a $250 fine, court costs, 10 days in jail suspended, 1 year license suspension.
He would like limited driving privileges, Your Honor, but he's not eligible yet, so I can bring that up at a later date with the court.
Okay. There was a failure to control
Yes, he'd enter a guilty plea to that, Your Honor.
All right, $25 fine on that. And then on the improper handling, is that being nollied, or how do you want to handle that?
We would nollie that, and we'd be okay with an order saying it could be returned to the owner.
All right, the improper handling is nollied with an order that the weapon be returned to the owner, Mr. Sowers. Okay, he'll need to see Mr. Major.
I'll have him do that now, Judge.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Timothy Atkins, case number TRC 23-1834 A and B. Your Honor, this is a pre-trial.
This is Mr. Delauder's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, I've talked to Mr. Hill some about this. We're trying to reach a resolution here, but we do not have this case resolved yet, and it's getting quite old. As far as your docket goes, I think maybe the best resolution would be go ahead and pick a bench trial date, and then if we can work in a pretrial before then, that would be fine too, but that way we've got it resolved one way or another.
Okay. September 27th or September 30th?
30th, that'd be good.
Okay, for trial, September 30th, you want a pre-trial before then?
Well, I can't, if we did one, if we could do one next week, I'm gonna be gone the Monday in between.
Okay, trial on September 30th at noon.
Well, why don't we have a Judge, sorry to interrupt you, why don't we just have a pre-trial that morning, on the 30th? Okay.
Pre-trial at 10 a.m., trial name if not resolved.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Let me talk to you before you go to bed. Let me chat
Am I done?
State of Ohio versus Ryan L. Brumfield, case number CRB 24-429 A and B, CRB 24-377.
Mr. Delauder's case set for pre-trial.
Judge, I don't believe we've got a resolution to this, but we filed a motion back on August 26th in this case. And here's the sort of situation. This involves, the allegation in this case involves one of Mr. Brumfield's children. We had a hearing in front of Magistrate McWhorter on the issue of a civil protection order related to the child. Magistrate McWhorter heard evidence in that case and dismissed the protection order, finding there not to be sufficient grounds for the same. The problem we're having, and the reason I filed the motion here to modify the protection order, is because Mr. Brumfield's being prevented from seeing any of his children at this point. The one that's alleged to be a victim in this case, as well as his other child. Now, we also had a hearing recently on a request from the mother to temporarily suspend Mr. Brumfield's parenting time, which Magistrate McWhorter also denied. So what we would like for you to do in this case is defer to Magistrate McWhorter with respect to Mr. Brumfield's contact with the children. He's already said that he's going to permit it, just so full disclosure. But Mr. Brumfield can't see his kids because of the temporary order issued in this case.
Mr. Hill?
Your Honor, we have Ms. Lester here, the parent, the mother of the alleged victim, and her position is that there should be a protection order in this case while the case is pending. And so we'd ask that it continue. If there needs to be, I don't know, I've never encountered a situation where I guess that there would be a question as to whether it should continue or not and make it a contested matter, but if there is such a, if this is what we're at, we've got our witness here.
Well, I guess we would have to have an evidentiary hearing for the court to decide whether the protection order should continue. Prepared to do that today?
We can do that. I've got some hearings down in Ironton at 1, Judge. Probably the 30th would be a better day if we want to resolve it that way. They also have a divorce or a pretrial on custody matters on the 30th as well.
Okay.
So.
Mr. Hill?
I'm sorry, I was listening to her.
Well, apparently, maybe we should wait till after that. Was there a chance things will be resolved at that hearing?
Well, the magistrate in the custody case has already said he's not going to grant an order affecting Mr. Brumfield's parenting time, so I'm assuming that's the same thing that's going to happen on the 30th, but it's not any help to Mr. Brumfield because the only thing keeping him from seeing his kids is the order out of this court. So
well,
if you want to see that order before you make a decision, then it would make more sense to wait till after the 30th.
No, I mean, I can do an evidentiary hearing today, but I'm not going to do it right now.
Right. I cannot do it today, Judge. I have to be down in Ironton at 1 for 2 contested hearings.
Yeah, I mean, I can set it before the 30th. Come back before the 30th.
I'd have to do it on the 30th.
You have any input, Mr. Hill?
Well, understanding that there's another procedure going on in the relating to the custody matters, that's different than this case. And I don't know whether the magistrate in that case is relying on what happens in this case. So just because the magistrate is prepared to order visitation in that case doesn't mean that this protection order shouldn't be in place in this case.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was considered. So you say they have a hearing in common pleas on the 30th?
All right, in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a trial set for November the 20th as well.
So maybe the best thing to do would just be have a trial on this case. That would be
I'm not sure
okay
that
too.
we could get it done the 30th if they've got to be in Ironton in the afternoon.
Right.
But we can certainly do it before November.
You want to set it for a pretrial on the 30th, Judge, and then if we don't have some resolution to it at that point? Yeah, you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll set these matters for pretrial September 30th, not resolved then. I'll set an evidentiary hearing that day.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Morford, you have a client here that needs to speak with you.
Amy, the manager?
Yes.
She heard that she had met an appointment tomorrow, tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Paul D. Connor, case number CRB 24482. Paul Connor.
Mr. Waters' case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, I talked to Mr. Hill about this case this morning. Apparently there is a video of this alleged incident, which Mr. Hill wants to look at, and frankly, I'd like to look at too. If we're coming back on the 30th on some other cases, Mr. Hill's indicated that's plenty of time for him to obtain the video.
September 30th for pretrial, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Lucas Friend, case number CRB 24-322, A, B, C, and D. Lucas Friend.
Your Honor, Mr. Friend is not here today. He called my office on Friday, indicated to me that he had a new job and he was on a probationary period and wasn't supposed to miss work for several weeks. So I advised him that if he could get me an update from his treatment provider, that I would ask you for a continuance, a short continuance, to allow him to continue in treatment. He did get me an update from his treatment provider, which is OVP. OVP indicates he's on medically assisted treatment for alcohol, so I guess he's taking that shot that makes you sick if you drink. That he's compliant, he's passed his drug screens, he's in individual counseling, and they've talked to him, he's progressing, they say. I've got a copy of that. Would you like to have that?
Yes.
And that's the update they sent me on Friday. However, I noticed it's dated August, I can't remember, August 14th. Yes, so, but that's what I got on Friday.
Mr. Mick, can you check to see if she's still compliant? You want to give her the report and she can use it for follow-up? Does the state have any input on that, or?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll recall that once Mr. Mick checks.
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus Kevin Hardy, case number CRB 24-298.
Mr. Dwyer's case, pretrial.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that the complaining party in this case is requesting the case be dismissed, but I don't know what Mr. Heald's intention is.
So, Your Honor, Ms. Hardy is here, and she's the alleged victim, and she has expressed to me the desire for us to dismiss the charges. However, what we would do is recommend and offer that we hold the case out for another 90 days and dismiss the charges after that if there are no further problems. And there would need to be a time limit.
Mr. Hardy be agreeable with that. That's going to pose...
December, sometime in December.
The 9th looks like it's about 90 days, is that?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, December the 9th. Case will be dismissed then if there's no further problems and the costs are paid.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Haberlin, case number TRD 23418, PRC 19-1630. Christopher Haberlin.
Judge, this is a case, I originally represented Mr. Heberlin on some criminal cases that have been resolved, and in the process of that, learned that there was this pending traffic case. So I've been appearing for Mr. Heberlin on this traffic case. I think that he was supposed to do the dip school and maybe never did it. But he sent an email, well, his wife sent me an email this morning from the St. Mary's emergency room in Ironton indicating that he was in the emergency room. I've shared that with Mr. Heald, so he is not here. Now, he did actually, I do have a copy via email of what appears to be a document from St. Mary's emergency room. It's got his medical record number on it, his birthday. Indicates that he was there, but it doesn't tell me what's wrong with him or how long he's going to be there. It appears to be more like a work excuse.
I'll give him 7 days before warrant issues. He's also got an ODI prior conviction that he never finished, so.
And I'm assuming you don't have any proof that he's done the DIP school in the file?
No.
Yeah, all right.
And on his prior ODI, he owes all of his community service and a substantial amount still on the file.
Okay. I'll tell him to get up here Friday or Monday. I will not be here with him, but I don't know that I need to be here. Sounds like he just needs to get the stuff done.
State of Ohio versus Robert P. Tackett, case number TRC 241182, A, B, and C.
Yeah, Mr. Tackett is supposed to be here via Zoom. Mr. Tackett is in the Boyd County Jail and is supposed to be here via Zoom.
Is this him?
Yes, there he is.
All right, so this is Robert Packett. You could unmute, sir. I'm showing your microphone.
You're still muted, Robert. Okay, he appears to be unmuted now, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Yes, Mr. Tackett, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your attorney, Mr. DeLauder's here. This is set for a pre-trial today.
And Your Honor, I believe we've got this resolved. I believe Mr. Tackett's intention today would be to enter a guilty plea to the charges. Just so you know why he's in the Boyd County Detention Center, when he got charged with this offense, he was in a diversion program in Boyd County. Under the terms of the diversion program, an alcohol-related traffic offense is an automatic violation of that program. So they have violated him over there. He's serving a 365-day sentence over there. So, and that's actually Dayford. He has to serve the whole thing. So he'll be incarcerated for quite some time. I spoke with Mr. Heald about this at a previous hearing and then also today. I believe the recommendation from the state would be, given Mr. Tackett's current predicament, to impose a 30-day jail sentence and allow it to run concurrently with Boyd County's sentence. Any fines and costs that he may owe, he will just have to, I'll ask his parents if they can make arrangements, but if not, Mr. Tackett will have to make arrangements with the court when he gets out of jail over there.
All right, Mr. Heald.
Your Honor, this is a second offense, OVI with a refusal. If he's willing to enter the guilty plea, we understand that he's going to be locked up for a while, so we would not oppose the imposition of a 30-day jail sentence to run concurrently with what he's serving. And we would also ask for a year license suspension. We would not take any position on the amount of the fine, but we think there should be obviously a fine imposed. And I guess probably, I don't know if probation is necessary or required in this case, but if it is, then we would ask for that as well.
All right, Mr. Tackett, could you hear what your attorney and the prosecutor have said?
Yes, sir.
And one thing I want to make sure you understand, if you enter a guilty plea to this, there's actually 3 charges here. At least the OVI is progressive in the sense that the more of these you have, the higher the penalties are. And this is a second offense, so if you get a second offense and then you get a third offense, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail under Ohio law. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You still want to enter a guilty plea based on that?
Yes.
Okay. You have a right to make a statement to the court if you wish to. Do you have anything You wish to tell me before I decide what your sentence should be?
Sir.
Okay, I'll accept the guilty plea. I'll impose a $700 fine since it's a second offense. Order you to pay the court costs. It'll be 365-day license suspension. I'll impose a 30-day jail sentence. It'll run concurrent with what he's getting in Boyd County. 2 years of level 4 probation. I'll order 60 hours of community service. We'll set a review hearing. So do you know what your out date is going to be from?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Judge, I looked it up online to try to ascertain what his out date would be. And I don't know this for sure, but it looks like it'll be in the spring of next year. He did have some credit for time served over there.
All right, I'm going to set it for your review hearing in this court on July the 11th of 2025. July 11th, 2025. So you should be out of custody by then.
He will be out by then, Judge.
Okay, it's mandatory on a second offense that you have substance use counseling, so I'll order you to get substance use counseling. It's a part of your probation. You'll have to show proof of that at your review hearing. Okay, and I think that's everything on the OVI. On the speed offense, 92 and a 55, so maximum fine's 150, that's what I'll impose, $150 fine. And then the final one, safety belt charge, that's a mandatory $30 fine.
Ron, was that July the 11th?
July 11th, that's a review. 25.
State of Ohio recalls Lucas Friend, case number CRB 24-322 ABC.
So he is compliant with treatment, Your Honor. The last time he was seen, though, was August the 29th. They are going to send me an updated report tomorrow.
All right, and you wanted to continue it to when, Mr.?
Well, I think if we set it on the 30th, that'll give him plenty of time to arrange to have a day off. That's what I proposed in an order I prepared, Your Honor.
Okay.
May I approach?
Yes. All right, September 30th will be the next pretrial, 10 o'clock, and it's at the defendant's office.
And Your Honor, I'd like to just state on the state's behalf that we're happy that he's in treatment and apparently being compliant, but the charges are also very serious. So we're not just letting go of that. We expect to follow through with prosecution of those charges, whether or not depending on how he does in treatment.
Yeah, that's been conveyed to Mr. Trent. He's aware of that. I actually think he already entered a guilty plea to some of the charges. Some of them are left pending, so we understand.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Robert Woodard, case number CRB 24127.
Yes, sir. You want to do that?
He wants to give it to the judge.
Oh, you are? What kind of surgery?
Take out disc in my hand.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
How's the state want to proceed?
Your Honor, just as a little bit of background, this is a matter involving Mr. Woodard, and the young man involved as the victim is 17 years old at the time. And on prior occasions, there was a discussion here in the court about protection orders and things of that nature, but the child had indicated to the deputy that was investigating this that he had no fear of being at home, and so the child has been living at home. And it's also, I think, come to our attention maybe that the young man contributed a little bit of this because of maybe a little bit of unruliness in the home. Nonetheless, Mr. Woodard agreed that he would take part in some alcohol counseling, and I think that the first time that we got a report back, maybe it said he's not in need of any counseling, but that report says, that he has mild, I don't know the exact terms, alcohol dependency of some sort, but he's done
use disorder.
Yeah, so he has done treatment, he's done sessions, and apparently has complied with what they ask of him. I, at this point, would not be opposed to going ahead. This case has been going on since March. We wouldn't have an opposition to dismissing the charges with the payment of court costs.
We don't have any objection to that.
You can do that today?
We'll do it today.
All right, case will be dismissed on payment of court costs.
Thank you.
See the clerk.
State of Ohio versus Kyle Archer, case number CRD 21605. Kyle Archer.
Mr. Thompson's case.
The guy here.
Mr. Bartram hasn't appeared. Does the state want a bench warrant? This is an older case.
Yes, we'd ask for, if Mr. Thompson can get him in within 7 days, we'd be okay with that.
Okay. Warrant issued in 7 days. He hasn't appeared.
State of Ohio versus Danielle M. Justice, case number CRB 24126, CRD 24520.
Thompson's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, we had some concerns about Ms. Justice because of the circumstances that led her here, and she has followed through with some mental health type treatment, and she's back living with her mother. And I think at this point we've probably done all we can do for her to make sure that she's going to maintain good mental health and not get into trouble anymore. She seems to be very agreeable with that. This is a situation in which she was pursued by the police, not in a dangerous way, in a misdemeanor level way, and she didn't stop when they wanted her to. So there's really no victim to consult on this. So we're okay with going ahead and dismissing this.
All right, case will be dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Thomas Knight, case number TRC 750. Notice of
Donald Knight for sentencing. Donald Knight.
He's here, Your Honor.
Donald Knight.
Yvonne Patrick.
Yeah.
So is this for sentencing today?
Yes, Your Honor.
I think he needs to do a urine screen.
He's not compliant with services either.
Okay, you want to lock him up in the back. Mr. Cooper, Mr. Major, take him in the back, lock him up. Mr. Knight needs to go in the holding cell.
I guess what's that?
State of Ohio versus Darrell W. McFan, case number CRB 24586. Darrell W. McFan.
He's here, I just told him to come in.
To the end.
State of Ohio versus Joseph Carter, case number CRB 24584.
Sir, you Joseph Carter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Carter, it's alleged that Fayette Township on September the 7th, 2024, you purposely tried to defraud Walmart of property without their consent. It's a first-degree misdemeanor theft offense, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. And you understand the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you here when I explained the rights defendants have?
Yeah,
You understand your rights?
yeah, I'm guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting the charge is true. By doing that, you waive your rights to have a trial and lawyer. You understand
Yes, Your
that?
Honor.
Okay. I'm going to have you go do a urine screen before I sentence you because I find that a very high percentage of the folks that shoplift at Walmart have a drug problem. So I want to find that out. So go get a urine screen, come back, I'll send you after I get the results.
Okay. Where do I do that at?
The gentleman right behind you.
All right.
Go, so you need to go.
State of Ohio recalls Kyle Barcher, case number CRB 21605.
It's Mr. Thompson's case, pre-trial.
Sorry, he was here before, he just didn't hear his name called.
Well, if folks would be in the courtroom when their name is called, it'd be easier to hear, not outside.
Your Honor, this is a 2021 case, and we issued a subpoena for Iana Patrick, and I don't know if she's responded today.
Iana Patrick, I do see a precipice, and I don't have a return on the subpoena, so I couldn't tell if it was served or not.
We have not had success reaching out and getting a hold of her. We didn't have a phone number in the report. So I think at this point it's appropriate to nolly this charge with the right to refile it if she would come forth.
Case will be nollied, which means dismissed with the right to recall.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
State of Ohio versus LaShaya Arn, case number TRC 24-1891, A, B, and C.
Ma'am, are you LaShaya Arn?
Yes.
Ms. Arn, it's alleged that on September the 5th at 11:43 p.m. in Perry Township that you were operating a motor vehicle under the influence.
Yes.
It's alleged to be your first offense, so the maximum penalty is 6 months in jail. $1,075 fine, and 3-year license suspension. The minimum penalty is 3 days in treatment, $375 fine, 6-month license suspension. You're also charged with failure to control your vehicle. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine. And the third charge is prohibited use of electronic device. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the rights you have as a defendant?
Yes.
How do you plead to these charges?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting they're true. By doing that, you waive the right to have a trial and to have a lawyer. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. I'll accept your guilty plea. I'm going to read the report of the arresting officer into the record, and then if you want to make a statement, you can. You don't have to. Okay, the officer says on September the 5th at 11:21 p.m., I was dispatched to a single vehicle crash, US 52, County Road 1, Orange County, Cary Township. When I arrived, evidence suggested the vehicle drifted off the US 52 onto the apex of the highway and then hit the guardrail on County Road 1. I was advised by Deputy Chin, Orange County Sheriff's Office, on the scene that the driver of the crashed vehicle said, "I'm drunk, arrest me." Deputy Chin also said the driver reported drinking, that she had alcohol in her car. Deputy Chin advised the driver was 19 years old. When I contacted the driver in the back of the deputy's patrol vehicle, I observed she had watery eyes and sinus congestion. I gave her Miranda warnings, and she identified herself as Lashia Arn. I asked her to step out of the vehicle and asked her how much she had to drink tonight, which she stated, one mixed drink like a shot. I asked her how big a shot, and she stated a Fireball. I asked her to continue to my patrol vehicle. Before I administered the field sobriety, I asked her a series of questions. She reported she was in good physical health, no past head injuries, and no medications. I gave her a report on days in the nystagmus test, which is the eye test for alcohol. I observed 6 clues for impairment. I gave her a walk and turn test and observed 6 clues for impairment on the walk and turn. On the one-leg stand test, I observed 3 clues for impairment. She's placed under arrest for OVI. There was no contraband in her vehicle. I did find a half-full bottle of vodka on top of the vehicle. Inside the car near the cup holders was a small vodka bottle that was empty. She was transported to the patrol post. She was read the 2255 form and offered a breath test, which she refused to take. Okay, do you have any statement or explanation you wish to give?
No, sir.
State, take any position on sentencing.
Your Honor, if it please the court, the first thing that jumps out is this young lady's 19 years old, so that causes a little extra concern. She had a crash, and in looking through the evidence from the case, in the impaired driver report, the officer noted the presence of vertical gaze nystagmus, which is an indicator of elevated alcohol level. Now, I know that she said that she just had a couple drinks or whatever, but there was a lot of alcohol there. present in her car in evidence of drinking. So at 19 years of age, I would ask, that in addition to any other sanctions, the normal 6-month driver's license suspension, fine, suspended jail sentence, that she be required to do some alcohol counseling.
Anything that you wish to say in response, Ms. Horner, or before I send to you?
No, sir.
What are you doing? Are you a student? Are you working what?
I have a full-time job.
What do you do?
I'm a waitress at M&J's in Ashland.
Okay. Do you have to pay for medical care? Do you have insurance? Do you have a medical card? How do you pay?
I have insurance.
Okay. And you're a Kentucky resident, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to impose a $400 fine on your OVI charge, order you to pay the court costs. I'm going to give you a 6-month license suspension, 20 days in jail, and I'll suspend all 20 days. You're ordered to do 30 hours of community service, which is 5 days of community service. We have a community service program here at the court where you can do your days. I will require, I'm going to require you to get alcohol counseling with ARC, Addiction Recovery Care. They're located in Ashland. So I want you to go there and get an assessment and treatment. And initially, at least, I'm going to require you to do the driver intervention program too. If ARC orders some extensive counseling, I may suspend the driver intervention program. In Ohio, there's a 3-day school that you have to go to on most first offense OVIs, and it's substance use counseling. But if you do a lot of extra counseling for ARC, I may not require you to do that, but initially I'm going to require both.
Okay.
So Mr. Major can give you the contact information for ARC. They have several offices in Ashland. Your review hearing is going to be March the 10th of 25.
Okay.
That's when you come back, and let's change that. Since I'm ordering you to do counseling, I want to see you sooner. I want to report on your counseling before then, so let's make it in November. November 15th will be your first review hearing. So I'll need a report from ARC on that date, November 15th, that you've been there, what they think about, if you need additional counseling, and you need to be honest with them about the circumstances of what led to your being referred to them for counseling. On the failure to control, I'll impose a $20 fine. Was this your vehicle or somebody else's?
It was mine.
Okay. And you did have insurance from what I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to meet with Mr. Major in the probation office. So that when you go out in the lobby, make a 90-degree turn, go to the west side of the building. That office over there is probation. Meet with him, he'll give you your paperwork, and then after you've done so, you're free to leave. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're on the map, right?
Yes. Yeah, $25 fine.
State of Ohio recalls Joseph Carter, case number CRB 24584.
Okay, I have your results. You're a Kentucky resident also.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you been to counseling before?
If I have, it's been a long time.
Do you have a medical card?
Yes.
Kentucky medical card?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to refer you to ARC also for counseling. I mean, your screen results indicate you need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so on your theft offense, I'll impose a $100 fine where you pay court costs, 30 days in jail, suspended on the condition that you go to ARC, and that's Addiction Recovery Care in Ashland, for an evaluation. I'll set your first review hearing for November 15th. You'll need to bring me a report from ARC that you've been there for an assessment and what you're doing on treatment. I'm ordering you to stay out of Walmarts. 2 years of probation, level 4. You're to meet with Mr. Major, who will be your probation officer, whose office to the left as you leave the courtroom.
All right.
Are you getting buprenorphine by prescription or off the street?
Prescription.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you're not being compliant. I don't know, where are you getting that prescription?
Oh, well, I get the shot. It's yeah.
From where?
Fresh Start.
Where's that?
Grayson.
Okay. Well, I want you to go to ARC. I don't know Fresh Start, but I know ARC, and that's an agency I've worked with, so I trust them.
All right.
You can go there. They have multiple offices. They're actually at the old Belfont.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Go see Mr. Major, and then you're free to go after that.
All right. Thank you all.
State of Ohio versus David Lee Labor, the second, case number CRB 23757.
Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
May I approach you?
Yes.
Where's that at? This is a good place. I paid $100. I wasn't making bad about it. Even the council back here, just United family. How you been?
Yeah.
Sorry for mess up.
Judge, he tells me the last 2 weeks he's been with United Family Recovery in Cold Grove. And I just found that out this morning.
I do have a letter from them. They,
okay.
Counselor's back there too, Judge. Sorry.
So he was discharged from Minnegrove.
Yes, Your Honor. He was discharged due to, another client had disclosed their current charges,
and it wasn't a very good day. Mr. Labor was unable to accept the fact that the client was there for those things, and it kind of bothered him, and there was some.
Wish I could have stayed at V1, burning one, but they wouldn't let me. They said I can come back in 30 days though. But I like the United Family where I'm at. Only thing that sucks about them is I gotta pay $200 to be there, because they don't pay that on, they don't accept mail card for housing. So I pay for my housing. Thank goodness they only got $700 for rent though. I still got $300 left.
Well, I was just looking at the history of this. I think that this is a review matter. Is that correct?
Probation violation.
Still
Yeah.
in pre-trial.
Well, he's not getting the message apparently. I don't know how he's doing it in United Family Recovery at this point, whether he's satisfactory.
I have a report from them, but is there anyone here?
I talked to my probation
He
officer
says
about it.
his
He
cancer's
says,
here. Okay, here's,
I talked to my probation officer about it. He said it's all right as long as I go to another facility.
Your Honor, they did contact me and said they wanted to change the providers. Told them if that's what his provider was wanting to do, then that would be okay with the court, but I knew he's having some problems at the old facility.
Your Honor, if I may add, this was the only incident we had with him, but we couldn't keep him in the house with the other client, you know, when there was discrepancies between them.
All right, and sir, would you identify yourself?
Yeah, my name's Jesse Staples. I'm site supervisor for United Family Recovery.
How's he doing there?
He's doing pretty well. He's come to the fact to accept the fact that he has some issues. He's working on it. We have a mental health on site for him. He's dealing with a lot of mental health issues that we are currently working on. But as of the housing obligations, he's doing great on it.
So state's going to keep him here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll try.
Thank you, Judge.
United Family Recovery, and let's come back in October.
yes, sir.
What's your schedule like?
Thank you.
Let's see, the 14th through the 23rd is, I'm going to be out of town, but before that or after that, Judge, I'm fine.
Okay, how about the 7th, October 7th?
Actually, I said if I know, weirdly enough, I'm going to a wedding on a Monday in Warren, Kentucky. Yes.
Okay, October 11th will be the next one.
I'll write down for you.
I get your number too, please.
Yeah, I'll write down. Just do it.
Could I do that online, Judge, or, because so I don't have to come all the way up here and everybody back there? It's all right with you?
Well, it's more of the provider's issue. You're in Colgrove or where?
We're in Ironton. Our office is in Coal Grove, but we live, the houses are in Ironton as well.
If he's being compliant, I don't have a problem with him appearing online.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you.
I won't let you down anymore. I promise I'll give you my word. My word is,
Okay, we'll see you.
I'll give you my word. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Tracy J. McDonald, case number TRC 222574, ABCD&E. Tracy McDonald.
Tracy McDonald is
be on
line.
Yes.
Except we're looking for a report from her.
Can you hear us, Tracy?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay.
Are you still at Mahajan?
No, I haven't been. Oh, yes, I'm still with Municipal Therapeutics, yes, sir.
Okay, I need a report from them. I've got one from July.
That's the last one I have, Judge.
I don't know, I sit down there 2 days ago, Your Honor, got the shot.
Okay, well, is anybody from Mahajan here today? Okay, let's call and get a report, and maybe you'll be finished.
Okay, I'll have to contact him and have him back or something.
Okay, I'm going to put Mr. Smith on it.
Yeah, sure, Judge. I don't mind, I'll do it.
Okay, we'll recall it.
State of Ohio versus Jacob Spears, case number 206-24-1511, A and B.
Jacob Spears is Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge. The discovery's complete. I looked at the accident video. Actually, I looked at one of Mr. Stratton's cases, of Ronald Spears, so I realized that wasn't my client. I've now had a chance to look at it. I've spoken to my client about it. I would like to come back one more time. This is a case where he's underage. He had an 062 portable breath test. By the time I got the post, it was 082. Of course, there's different things between 02 and 08, so we're working on it, but we're just not there yet. But I would ask, he's an apprentice at the electrical union over in Huntington, if he could have occupational driving privileges if it's been more than 15 days.
We're not opposed to the driving privileges.
I have an order to that effect, Judge, if I may approach.
Okay. When do you want to come back?
Without looking at October 11th, day was good, but if you want sooner, I can find sooner.
That's fine.
Okay.
October the 11th will be the next hearing, be a pretrial, your entry's approved, you get that from the clerk.
And we're going to ask for a time waiver. on
Well, yeah,
that, too.
yes, that's not a problem.
State of Ohio versus Joseph M. Codillo, case number CRB 24510.
What's the next
So,
day?
Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial.
Get that done and dismiss the case. Data management? Yep. And then just get an assessment. I don't care, that's great. Huh? Yeah, I don't care.
Your Honor, he's going to get an assessment for alcohol counseling and anger management, and understand that if he completes those, the state's going to recommend a dismissal.
We've spoken with the alleged victim in this matter, and that's what she would want to see. She wants to see him get that kind of help, and if he's successful in treatment, then we would be okay with the dismissal with payment of court costs at a later date.
Is there a specifically who do you want him to go through, Your Honor?
How does he pay for services?
How do you have medical?
I got cash if I need to. I'll pay it back. How's it gonna cost? I make too much money.
Do you have a medical card?
No, I make too much money.
Okay. He does not have a medical card, Your Honor.
If I
Ma'am,
may.
ma'am.
No,
Let him.
And he doesn't,
I might have a medical card, I don't know.
We just don't have it, we haven't got it anymore.
Okay. He does have a medical card.
Ohio,
No, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, again, back to ARC, I would say, is the preferred agency in Kentucky. Are you living in Kentucky?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, ARC, you can get the address from the probation office, or,
Do I need proof of my address?
No. You'll be fine. But, Park, so you need to.
addiction recovery care, they're at the Old Belmont Hospital
Just
in
ARC.
Ashland. So you need to go there, get an assessment, and then when did we want to come back, Mr. Sherman?
Your Honor, do you want to come back and see what the assessment says? So 2 or 3 weeks, maybe? Not the 30th, Your Honor.
27th?
Yes, that'll work.
September 27th is the next hearing.
27th, ARC.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Brendan Rude, case number CRB 24254, A, B, and C.
Brendan Rude is Mr. Steyer's case set for pre-trial. That's a good report from Mr. Rude.
Yes, Your Honor, he remains compliant,
Thank you.
paid drug screens, meeting all those requirements.
These matters were misdemeanors, but we've been tracking them through treatment. I'm not sure what the state's position at this point is.
Well, he's showing progress, which is a good thing. I think we'd like to see him stick with it and follow through a little bit farther.
Then we would waive time constraints to accomplish that and ask that this case be set back in a time frame the court deems appropriate.
Yes.
October 11th.
I have a jury trial. No, I don't actually have a jury trial that day. I take that back.
That works then?
Yeah, that does work.
October 11th will be the next hearing, pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
I just hadn't updated my calendar.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good work, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Wilson, case number 24172, A and B.
The clerk got a call from Mr. Wilson saying his car was broken down.
Miles did as well, Judge.
So are you asking for 15 minutes then, or?
I've asked for a week, Judge, to try to get it. I don't think he has any failure to appear. This is a pretty new case, I believe.
State's position?
We would be okay if there was if the bench warrant was delayed for 7 days, to see if Mr. Morphy can get him in here.
How many days did you say, 30, 10?
In 7 days, just
7.
see if you can get him in.
He wouldn't happen to have a bond up, would he, Judge?
He does not.
I didn't see one in my file. Thought maybe we could call Mr. Sellers if so.
I think it was continued from the prior date at his request, so I'll give him 7 days before more issues.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Robert Hatfield III, TRD 122423.
Pre-trial review.
Your Honor, I've been retained by Mr. Hatfield. He just retained me this morning, so I'm gonna need some time to take a look at the file and see what the situation is. I'd like to ask to continue this matter briefly. Let me take a quick look at my calendar here. I'm sorry? Well, he's saying he's available October 11th, which is the date we just set, so if that's agreeable to the court, we can just set that date and keep things simple.
October 11th, at the defendant's request, will be the next hearing for pre-trial and review.
Thank you. Hang tight.
State of Ohio versus David Dillon, case number CRA 19340.
Set for a preliminary hearing, Mr. Holt, representing Mr. Dillon.
Well, I mean, we can go ahead and do it. Your Honor, if it pleases the court, this is a 2019 case. And at the time when this occurred, the alleged victim was an employee of the Lawrence County Juvenile Center. And we reached out through them and also tried directly to get a hold of Mr. Sister, the alleged victim, and have been unsuccessful locating him at this point. So what we would do is move to nolly this with the right to refile it if we do have contact with him.
No objection to that?
No objection, Your Honor.
Be nollied.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Thomas W. Ward II, case number CRA 24259. Thomas Ward II. Mr. Stiers.
Mr. Stiers' case set for preliminary hearing. Thomas Ward. Well, looks like he's not been participating for a while.
He has not. He's not participated since he's completed services. On August the 13th, he received his graduation certificate, and we've not seen him since.
Your Honor, I've not seen Mr. Ward today.
How's the state want to proceed?
You got a graduation certificate?
He did.
And what was he supposed to do next?
He was to complete 12 weeks of community program with us, and we've not seen him. He's not done any services whatsoever, no screens or anything.
Your Honor, this is a case in which, when the victim came forth and we had a chance to communicate with her, she expressed a desire for Mr. Ward to get the kind of help that he sought out, and the vehicle that was taken was returned to her with no damage. So it was our intention to try to encourage him to get into treatment. He's part of the way there, and if Mr. Stier or the counseling agency had a way to get a hold of him and get him back in there, we wouldn't have an opposition to him completing that, or doing whatever would be necessary at this point.
With that in mind, Your Honor, I think it might be best that we continue this matter briefly, and I attempt to get Mr. Ward in here. If you have contact information, you guys could try.
We have tried
Well,
to contact
I get it.
him. Yeah,
I understand.
they've already sent a letter or an intent to discharge.
Okay, well,
We can continue to try to reach out to him.
Want to continue to September 27th?
let me make sure the 27th is available. I am, and I'm on the docket.
All right, defendant's requesting a continuance to September 27th for preliminary hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Michael Ward, case number TRC 24436, A, B, and C.
Is it Michael Wood?
Excuse me, it is Wood, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Make sure. Your Honor, this was set for a sentencing hearing today. I spoke to Mr. Hield about this one this morning. Mr. Wood continues to be compliant, continues in treatment. I've got an update report from King's Daughters where he's in treatment. He's doing well, but he's not done yet. I think the state would prefer, and frankly I would too, to allow him to continue in treatment before proceeding to sentencing.
Okay.
And he was with, just so you know, Your Honor, he was with Pathways first, and then King's Daughters was providing a little more intensive treatment, so he's transitioned to King's Daughters. That's why he's not, done, although I think he is making good progress.
Now, what about the vehicles? It's
still impounded at the highway patrol post.
Come back in another month then?
Yes, that'd be fine.
What's your schedule in October?
7th, does the 7th work? Or if you want to come back on the 30th, we did set a couple other days then, but that's, that's only going to give us another 3 weeks.
Let's do October 7th.
Let's be better for the 7th, because I'll skip 2 more.
He's saying if we do the 7th, he'll have at least 2 more, he'll be able to make more progress by the 7th.
Okay, October 7th.
Okay. Thank you, Evan.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Ladana Walker, case number TRC 24609, A and B.
Mr. Smith's case, set for sentencing.
I believe he is on the phone with
Okay. All right, Ms. Walker, we're going to recall you.
He's here. I'm sorry,
yes.
I was on the phone with Mahoney, I'm sorry.
She's at OVP.
Yes, he's an outpatient still, Your Honor, at the Huntington office. And she is still compliant.
How do you want to proceed, Mr. Smith?
Judge, I don't prefer this sentence. I would defer to the prosecutor. She's doing well. She graduated a couple months ago, and she's chosen to stay there for other services voluntarily, so I don't know if we really need to come back anymore. I think she's...
Well, the thing is, I think it's on the face of it, a third offense, isn't it?
Yes.
What's the state's position?
One of the things that we did was, upon her plea, let's see. Oh, could we approach her?
Yes. Says wishes to treat his first offense. Okay, the state was willing, because of evidentiary issues, to treat this as a first offense if she did counseling, which she has done. So.
She has.
She's already entered a guilty plea, so now it's time for sentencing.
Yes, sir, we're ready.
Anything you wish to say before sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll impose a $400 fine on the OBI. It's first, treated as a first. Court cost, 6-month license suspension, which that's up now. So you can get reinstated, you'll have to contact the BMV though and get reinstated. 20 days in jail, all suspended. 5 days of community service, 2 years of level 5 probation. No dip school since you did treatment with OVP. Or is she finished with OVP or?
Yeah, she graduated her MAT program. She's just coming on her own at this point.
Okay, I won't require you to continue with that. Her review hearing will be March the 10th of 25. And she had a lane violation, a $10 fine on that.
Thank you, Judge.
She'll need to see Mr. Major before she leaves today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Derek A. Chapman, case number PRC 241275, A and B.
Hey there.
Mr. Stratton's case.
We have an OVP letter coming up, Your Honor.
See, my notes were he was going to be finishing around this time.
Yes, he did successfully complete our inpatient program, and he's continuing with outpatient at the Huntington office. And he's compliant with that at this point as well.
Yes.
He pled guilty August 16th, so I'm assuming he wants some treatment, and this is actually a second within, well, the last 10 years with a high test score. So I think we need to continue a while to make sure he's on the right track
Yes, Your Honor.
before we actually do the sentencing. So looking sometime in October, maybe mid-October, Mr. Stratton,
Yeah, anytime in October is fine.
18th,
Yes.
October 18th.
October 18th.
sentencing.
That's it. You good to go, man.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Darrell W. McMahon, recall, case number PRD 24586.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. McFan is here on an arraignment.
Yes, sir.
Bail is giving you a copy of the charge. It's a domestic violence complaint that alleges September the 8th, 2024, Perry Township, you not only caused or tried to cause physical harm to Hunter Jones, who's either a member of your family or a member of your household. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand the charge? You understand your rights?
Yes,
How do you plead to this?
not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you? Are you working it now?
Not as much as I like to. I'm terminal now.
Oh. Okay, I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. Not guilty plea is entered. You can sign a $1,000 signature bond. Is there a protection order requested?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't know whether it causes a problem in a household.
No, he's my son. It's, I don't even really understand why his name is on there.
Yeah, just don't say too much about the situation, but does your son reside with you at this address?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so this is your address?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's home now.
His son does or does not?
Yes,
He does.
He does.
Okay. Is he here today?
No, he's in school.
How old is he?
14. Turned 15 yesterday.
Well, how are we going to deal with that?
They're,
Does,
You know, sometimes, Your Honor, these reports come to us with the name of the minor, and
who's the other?
without, we end up putting it on the complaint, and it ought to be initials.
Is that your other son?
Oh, I know.
But Hunter's not involved.
So we can, just relate a phone call.
Sorry.
Get hold of the mother?
Hopefully the mother's name is here. Yeah, I can't wait to fly.
Is there a phone number for her? Yes. Okay. He has a phone number for her if we want to recall this.
she just left. She had an appointment she had to go to.
But she's got her cell phone
We'll
number, right?
recall it. We'll let you talk about the bond issue and I'll recall it.
Sorry, thank you.
Yeah. Is it a 220?
State of Ohio versus Julia Hill, case number CRB 24522. Julia Hill. Julia Hill.
Ma'am, are you Julia Hill?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Hill, the state's filed a complaint against you alleging that in Union Township, April 20th of 2024, you entered or remained on the premises of another person without the right to do so. So that's a trespassing charge, maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. Do you understand the charge?
I do.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, I do.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, I guess I need one.
Are you working?
No.
You have no income?
No.
I'll appoint Mr. Morford. Enter a not guilty plea.
I just got that. This is from a
She can
protection
sign a
order.
$500 signature bond. As long as you come and show up, you don't have to post any money.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Right here.
When do you want to come back for the next hearing?
Couple weeks, Judge. I know you're probably getting jammed up towards the end of the month.
Your Honor, this is a special prosecutor case, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
it is?
Yes, because this has to do with the protection order and
Oh,
a
it's
whole.
Ryan Ashford.
Yes, this is a whole nother,
Well, I said his case is,
it was communal property and we were married and, sorry.
the only problem here, unless there's a time waiver, I'm going to have to set it pretty soon because it's got fairly short.
Judge, we'd wait time. She has a place to go to.
Okay, September 30th then? Is that what you said? Okay, September 30th for pretrial, 10 o'clock. I'll let him know. Joey holds at that same time.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Donald Knight, recall, case number TRC 24750.
All right, Donald Knight has tested positive for alcohol and THC. Mr. Thompson's his attorney. It's not an OBI. He was not. He's not compliant with treatment at, what, was it at Bethesda or someplace else?
Is that Bethesda?
Okay. So it's set for sentencing today. What's the state's position on this?
Your Honor, it's a first offense, OVI. And what happened was there was...
Well, he also tested, sorry, I missed this, tested positive for amphetamine too. Amphetamine, alcohol, and THC.
Ultimately, we want to see him try to succeed in treatment. It's too bad he's failed up to this point. I suppose if the court went ahead and sentenced him to a sufficient amount of jail time, maybe he would reconsider his compliance and agree to go through treatment. He needs it.
All that, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the old one. Today was alcohol and THC. But previously in July, he tested for amphetamine. He did not test for amphetamine today. Did he do anything at all, or?
He did an assessment.
Okay. All right, Mr. Thompson. Okay. Please leave your mic muted.
We would ask that he be given another chance to go into the program to finish it.
We will take him back, but he needs to understand he can't just show up before court and expect to be compliant.
Okay, I think I want to see what you do before I sentence you. So I'm going to delay sentencing again, send you back for treatment at Bethesda, and then I'll send you after I get initial reports. Because at this point, I don't know that you're really going to do it. So let's come back in another month and see where we are. So how about the 7th of October?
I'm going to have a surgery next week, so I'm going to be down for about 4 or 6 weeks, however I could use it.
Okay.
But maybe into October, if you don't mind.
21st. There's a holiday in October. What is that? Columbus Day. Okay, so we're missing that. Yeah, it's the 14th. How about the 21st? I think you can do that. October 21st will be sentencing. Okay, I want to see a good report.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're still waiting on a report from Mahajan for Tracy McDonald. Mr. Smith is aware of that.
Okay, Mr. McDonald, we're still waiting on your report from Mahajan.
We have Daryl McFan left to recall, but I'm not sure that the prosecution has been able to obtain the information on that.
They got a hold of it.
You ready to recall?
Well, I don't know where Jasmine is at this.
Yeah, I don't know where she went, so.
What about the jail?
We could go to the jail.
What's your name, ma'am?
Leah Turner.
Turner?
Yeah, I've been sitting here since 8:45.
Leah Turner?
Yeah, it's a special prosecutor case.
We don't have a file on that.
Okay.
So for arraignment?
Yeah, it's from the special prosecutor.
Mr. Cooper, can you check on Leah Turner on an arraignment, special prosecutor file?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't have it yet.
State of Ohio versus Teresa Bowman at the Lawrence County Jail, case number TRC 202688 A and B, and Donald Dickus is on deck.
Teresa Bowman at the jail. Okay. And this is actually, Mr. Stratton, I think this is your case. It was an OVI, it's alleged she failed to appear for a pretrial February the 8th of 21, so it's been a while.
What was the name, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Teresa Bowman.
Bowman, okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't.
So, Ms. Bowman, your attorney, Mr. Stratton, is here. This happens to be in court today. The allegation is that you failed to appear for a pretrial.
February 8th, 21?
Yes.
Sir, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me make sure you understand. Whatever you say is on the record, so if you admit something today, it goes down on the record.
That's fine. Shortly after my OVI, I had requested the state trooper take me in for testing, which he said he could not do because there was no female. I attended my arraignment when Attorney Stratton was appointed to me, and then that was at the arraignment. Then I went to the pre-trial, the very first one, and he was with me. Then I went into treatment at TCC, and I spent 4 months, about 4 months, give or take, in TCC for a unrelated problem, not to alcohol. And then I attempted to get a hold of Mr. Sean Stratton several times. I left my number, I called him several times, and he never called me back. And I didn't know what to do. Yesterday, an incident happened. I was told that if I go to Lawrence County and fill out a complaint, then I would be arrested on the outstanding warrant. I said, that is fine. I want to get it taken care of. It has been 5 years and I have been unable to get a hold of Mr. Stratton.
Your Honor, we'll just stop her there. She could have always had the opportunity to call the court to find out when her court date was and when she needed to be here. She knew she had a court date here in this court. Last time she called me or attempted to call me was on September 30th at 12:05 from 577-1804. Also sent me a text message. So she knew she had an outstanding warrant this entire time, Your Honor. But That was back in 2021, so I don't know where she's been calling or who she's been trying to contact, but it wasn't my office.
Okay, so at this point, how do you want to proceed, ma'am?
Is this a first offense?
Yes, I believe it is. Let me check and see.
I can call down, Your Honor, see if we could take care of this matter today.
Yes, please, let's get it done and over with.
It is a first offense ODI.
So do you just want to plead guilty to it?
No contest or guilty, whichever. Just so I can get out of jail today, I have to get a job, I have elderly parents to take care of, I have animals to take care of. I've been in jail since approximately 2 or 3 o'clock yesterday. I would like to just get out of here and get my life back on track.
Your Honor, she says it right there that she would like to plead guilty to the charge, so she'll plead guilty to the charge and ask for a recommendation of a sentence from the prosecutor.
Do you want to pour your phone?
And if you would like, I will bring my paper down where I did finish treatment at TCC, or you can call TCC, and they will tell you that I started treatment in January of, I believe it was 20 or 21. It's been 4 or 5 years ago since I completed the treatment.
Your Honor.
I have not been back to treatment. I have not failed any drug tests or alcohol, nothing.
On January 21st of 2021, my notes indicate that she was quarantined at TCC. She had a February 8th, 2021 hearing that she missed. Typically, when I know that they're in treatment, and typically when the court knows they're in treatment, we contact the treatment facility to see if they're still in treatment. I believe that we would have done that on February the 8th, 2021. Not so sure the result of that, but most likely that, I don't know if she was there or not, or our contact wasn't available at that time, but we had no indication that she was on February 8th, so.
Yeah, I had nothing in the files showing me she was at
I did
counseling center.
I did not leave treatment until either March or April. It was a minimum of 90 days treatment, minimum.
It was also during COVID, yeah, so.
It was during COVID, we had to mask up. Couldn't go anywhere, wasn't allowed to attend outside meetings, we had to do our meetings inside. We couldn't have outside guests, nothing like that. But if it would please your honor, I would like to get it done and over with today, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Does the state have a recommendation?
Well, Your Honor, it's a first offense, and just in the reading of it, as best I could do, it doesn't appear that there was anything particularly aggravated about the circumstances. The fact that she was before the court and didn't show up to court for a long time, 3 years or more, I guess I would leave it to the court to determine what the penalty should be for that, if any. But we wouldn't have any opposition to a standard 6-month driver's license suspension and suspended jail sentence and a fine, and the 3-day driving school. And if she's deserving of more jail time because of her failure to appear, we wouldn't take a position on that.
Your Honor, apparently she's been out of trouble this entire time if she's just back now. So she has obeyed the law since then. It sounds like she has salt treatment. So I just asked minimums on this case and go from there.
Ms. Bowman, do you have any proof that you did go to TTC?
I didn't think to bring my certificate, but it is at the house. Or again, you can call, or I can call TCC and have them back you something up here if you would like.
Your Honor, my notes do indicate that she went to TCC. It just doesn't. After February 8th, for the failure to appear, there was nothing after that in my notes.
Okay.
I did not get out until sometime in March or April. I remember we had snow in Adams County where I was housed at, and I still wasn't home yet.
Are you still living in Oak Hill?
Yes, my address and phone number is the same. Everything's the same. I've not changed nothing.
Okay, I'm going to impose a $500 fine. I'll order you to pay the court costs. I'll give you a 6-month license suspension. So that's over, actually. 20 days in jail, and I'll suspend 19 and give you credit for 1 day you've done already.
Okay.
I'll order you to do 5 days of community service. You can do that in your home area. I'll order you to go to the 3-day driving school, driver education program. That's mandatory. 2 years of level 4 probation. You'll have a review hearing on March the 10th of 25 at 9 a.m.
Okay.
On your lane violation, there'll be a $20 fine. So you have, as long as you do everything that your orders do, you won't go back to jail. But if you don't do your community service or don't come to your review hearing, then you'll get a warrant again. So just take care of what you need to do. And you can look it up online if you don't have, or you can call the clerk to get access to what your requirements are.
Okay. Also, I got offered a job with this just happened within the last few days. If this warrant is lifted and I can get something in writing that is lifted, I can obtain a job. Can you provide me with that?
You can get it from the clerk. The warrant is lifted and you're sentenced. So if they check, there won't be a warrant any longer.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. So you'll get out today sometime after the paperwork process.
State of Ohio versus Donald Dickus, case number CRA 24588, TRD 241890, and Brett Mitchell is on the deck.
Okay, this, sir, you're Donald Dickus?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Dickus, you're charged with a driving while under the influence of alcohol, felony charge 24588. It's alleged on September the 6th in Fayette Township, you operated a vehicle while being under the influence of alcohol or drugs, and that you have 4 prior convictions, so that makes this a felony of the 5th degree. Maximum penalty is 1 year in jail, $2,500 fine. Three-year driver's license suspension, and forfeiture of the vehicle if it was titled to you.
To the age of what time?
Okay. There's There's also a TRD, case number 241890. Which was failure to control your vehicle. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer, Mr. Dickus?
No, sir, I'm on disability.
All right, Mr. Stratton, I'll appoint you. State's position on bond.
State would ask for a $2,500 cash or surety bond, and we would ask for a condition of that bond that Mr. Dickus not consume alcohol.
You say 2,500?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll set bond at 2,500, cash or surety, no consumption of alcohol, condition of bond. Is that a bond you think you can post, Mr. Dickus?
Well, sir, I cannot get a hold of anyone. I mean, all my numbers were in my cell phone, they wouldn't let me get my cell phone.
You want to talk to the bail bondsman?
And you can't, well, yeah, you know.
Okay, we can have him contact
I'll text Gary.
you. Your lawyer's going to get a hold of the bail bondsman. Do you think you can post that bond?
Yes, if I get to the house.
Okay.
I mean, I can't get a hold of anyone. It's like I have a dog at the house, been at the house for 4 days. And I can't get a hold of anyone because you can't call or a cell phone from the collector.
Do you have someone you want your attorney to contact?
Well, but I don't even have anybody, but my mother died.
Okay.
Sounds like it doesn't have any contact info, Your Honor.
When do you want to do the preliminary hearing? How long you been in the jail, Mr. Dickus?
This Friday, sir.
We can set it this Friday if you want, Your Honor.
Is there any way I can have an OR? I promise you I will not go anywhere.
The state's asking for a cash or surety, it's a felony, so I'm going to set that. Can the state be ready Friday for preliminary hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll set your next hearing for Friday, the 13th, for a preliminary hearing at 10 o'clock.
And I contacted Mr. Sowards, and he should call you over to the jail. He said, okay.
All right, September 13th is your next hearing, that's this Friday, 10 o'clock.
You know what that is, sir?
Yes, sir.
We want to talk to my lawyer here.
I can call down there.
He says he'll call down.
Yeah, here in a bit, okay?
State of Ohio versus Brett Mitchell, case number 15891, and Alex Mooney is on deck.
Okay, Ms. Turner, we have your file, we can go ahead and do you now, while we're waiting on the jail.
State of Ohio versus Leah Turner, case number CRP 24524.
You're Leah Megan Turner.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Turner, you've had an assault charge filed against you alleging that at Union Township on June the 7th of 2024, you not only caused or tried to cause physical harm to William Joseph Scherer. Assault was a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge? Mm-hmm. Do you understand your rights?
Uh-huh.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed?
I've already talked to JT.
Okay, he's gonna represent you?
Yep.
Did he give you some dates he's available?
He has not. I know that there's a couple ongoing cases.
This is also Mr. Ashworth.
Yeah.
So let's set, all of his cases I set for September 30th. If Mr. Holt can't do it then, he can let the court know, but that's when Mr. Ashworth's available.
Okay.
So I'm gonna set it for September 30th for a pre-trial.
Okay.
10 o'clock, you can sign a signature bond. Do you live with Mr. Shearer?
No way.
Okay. Well, I order you to stay away from him.
That's fine. There's already an order in place.
Your Honor, we have Mr. Shearer before the court right now on a charge with Ms. Turner as the...
Oh, co-defendants?
Yeah, well, he's...
Cross
she's-
defendants.
And so...
Check September 13th, see if that's when he said. He is to come back here on the 13th.
13th is
And then
when
he
Mr.
is to go to
Shearer's-
Kevin Waldo's on the 26th.
Okay, so let's change it then to the 13th. Can you be available the 13th?
I cannot.
Either that, Your Honor, or when we have Mr. Shearer here on the 13th, we can move it again to the 30th.
Okay, we'll keep it at the 30th.
Okay.
September 30th, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
That's good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Brett Mitchell, case number CRD 15891.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Mitchell, it's alleged that you missed a sentencing hearing on September the 3rd and got a warrant because of that.
Yes, sir. Thursday, I reported to the bondsman at the courthouse there because I missed that sentencing hearing. I reported myself to him. I just forgot that I had that hearing, and then once I realized it, I got a hold of him, took myself directly to him.
And he took you to jail, or?
Do what?
He took you into jail, I take it? Is that what happened?
Yeah, he brought me here to the jail, and then I had court Friday in front of another judge, and they was talking about a rehab, which I'm willing to do, but where I have a West Virginia Medicaid, I guess there's issues with the Ohio rehabs, so I was gonna ask you today, if you'd release me, I'll go to West Virginia. I already have one worked out, and it's like up towards where I live. It's called the Hope Center.
What was the other court that was going to order you to treatment?
I mean, it was just over this charge. I had a court hearing. I don't know. He seen me Friday.
Okay.
I guess
Okay,
for missing court.
It was this court, then you were thinking it was going to send you to treatment.
Yeah.
And you have a West Virginia Medicaid card?
Yes. Yeah.
Your Honor, I think the issue Friday was he has West Virginia insurance and Mr. Mint didn't have any availability.
Okay.
Yeah, I talked with, I think the guy that spoke up there Friday, and there was an issue with it, so I have my fiance, she's got it worked out. If I can get released, she can pick me up and take me to the West Virginia Hope Center. I'm going directly there to their care, you know what I mean?
And you've been in jail how long now?
Since Thursday, and, you know, I'm in a Suboxone program, so I've been detoxing the whole time I've been here. You know, I'm pretty miserable. I didn't run, I didn't try to miss court. It was just, you know, I missed it. I turned myself directly into the bondsman, you know what I mean?
Okay. Are you from Huntington originally?
I'm from Huntington, but I live, in a town called like Red House up near Tays Valley now. Like I said, this charge is from like 2015, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'll send you the time, sir, order you to turn yourself in for treatment. And
Okay.
then report back to this court with your treatment as to what you've been doing, and I'll set your next hearing for October the 18th.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir.
And I'll set it as a sentencing, well,
Yes, sir.
there'll actually be a review hearing. I think, we need to make sure, I think he's already been sentenced, haven't he?
So they'll send a release in for that today, and then I'll just show up to that next court hearing?
Yeah, let me make sure. Are we showing a sentence on this? It was 15,891. If not, then I'm going to sentence him. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sentence you then.
Excuse me, I couldn't hear you.
I'm going to go ahead and sentence you. You were never sentenced. You were ordered to go to treatment, and then you didn't come back. So I'm going to go ahead and sentence you.
Okay, okay.
It was a Walmart theft offense, so I'll impose a $100 fine.
Okay.
It's court costs. 30 days in jail. I'll give you credit for 4 days and suspend 26. Order you to seek treatment in West Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Stay out of Walmart stores.
Yes, sir.
And you'll have a review hearing back here on October the 18th. So
Okay.
bring me a proof of what treatment you've been in on October the 18th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all.
I'm good.
State of Ohio versus Alex Mooney, case number CRB 24585, and Vicky Price is on deck.
Alex Mooney, that's you, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Mooney, it's alleged on September the 8th of 2024, you tried to take property from Walmart without their consent. That's a theft offense. Maximum penalty, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. You can't afford one, to have bond, and to make the state prove this charge beyond the reasonable doubt. It's also alleged that back in 2022, you had a conviction for theft from Walmart, and it appears that that was from an offense on July 1st of 2022. So you were sentenced then to 10 days in jail, suspended, ordered to stay out of Walmart, do some community service, and pay fines and costs, and it's alleged you didn't do that. And you didn't come. You had a review here in January 9th. January 9th of 23 that you didn't come to your review hearing. So those are the matters pending before the court. Do you understand those? Mr. Mooney?
Yes, I'm sorry, I can hardly hear you.
How do you plead to the charges against you?
No contest.
The affidavit on the recent charge says, I saw Alex on the sales floor, recognized him from before, so I started calling him to the self-checkouts where he skipped scanning items. He skipped 12 items totaling $131.89. Do you have any response?
No, sir.
And that happened yesterday. Okay. Well, I think you got to get some jail time now. I mean, this is twice it's happened, and on the first one you blew it off. You didn't do anything you were ordered to do. State have any recommendation on that?
Well, given that fact, Your Honor, we think that, some jail time is in order. And so we leave it to the court to determine how much.
Anything you want to tell me, Mr. Mooney?
The reason I skipped out on the other stuff, I moved back home to Bluefield, West Virginia, and I just didn't follow up. And then I moved back into town about 6 months ago to Huntington.
And then you came back to the South Point Walmart to shoplift.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll give you a $200 fine this time, where you pay court costs, 20 days in jail. I'll suspend 10, and give you credit for 1 day you've served. So you got 9 more days to jail to do. I'll double order you to stay out of Walmart. Order you to do 60 hours of community service.
I'll do community service.
2 years of level 4 probation. Review hearings on October the 18th on both cases. So you got 9 more days in jail.
State of Ohio versus Vicky L. Price, case number CRB 24493, CRB 24470, CRB 24451. Russell Severance is on deck.
This is Mr. Steyer's case.
Your Honor, I believe the interview would have been scheduled to have taken place by now. I don't know if there's been I assume there's not been a report. That comes through the court. So I usually become aware of a report when I'm informed by the court that a report has been made.
I haven't seen it.
Then it's my belief that we don't yet have a report from, it's not called Court Clinic anymore, Southern Ohio Forensic Services, I think is what it's called now.
Yeah. Court Clinic was a lot simpler.
It was.
Ohio Forensic Evaluation Services. The court order's been put on, so I'm not sure if they've done the evaluation yet.
I don't know either, Your Honor.
And I did an order ordering some of her other records released to them for evaluation. Some medical records released to them for evaluation.
So at this point, Your Honor, I would just think we need to basically get a new date and continue to monitor.
Mr. Hill?
Well, I think that's about all we can do at this point.
Another week?
I'm unavailable on the 16th, Your Honor. I have a jury trial. In fact, actually, I already have I have one case on the 16th already that I'm going to need to either move or have coverage on. I'll actually leave it to you which you prefer me to do on that. I think it's a case where we're just following treatment, so it might be one we could do coverage on. But I can't do the 16th.
20th?
I'm already on the docket, so I can't do the 20th.
All right, these cases then are continued to the 20th, and hopefully we'll have a report by then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Russell A. Severance, case number CRD 24543. Emily A. Smith is on board.
Russell Severance is Mr. Morford's case. It's set for Senate. Mr. Morford.
Judge, he'd like to get into treatment. The man's been homeless for the last 3 years. Had a history of fooling around a little bit with meth, in his words.
Fooling around with meth.
Fooling around with meth, yes, Your Honor.
With friends. Not for myself, really, just with my friends.
Social
He does not have medical papers, Judge.
He's probably eligible for it. Are you an Ohio resident, sir?
Yes, my parents live in Kids Hill. My last address is lived there.
Kids Hill? Have you ever had a medical card?
Yeah, well, no, not really.
Judge, he has some kind of arrangement where he goes to the pharmacy to get his medication, and that's paid for by the pharmacy or a card or something. He doesn't have to lay out any money.
They have it in the computer already, it's just given to them.
So is he seeking inpatient treatment at this point? You say he was homeless, right?
Yes, I think that would be the best place for him. He
Have
needs some
anyone with a male
skills.
bed that, Shawnee? Do you need to talk with him, or?
Yeah, probably. I'll just need some clarification on his insurance. If he doesn't have any, we can get it for him. But I would like to know ahead of time, just get his date of birth, social, and try to run it.
You want to give us your date of birth, Mr. Severance? It's on here. It's in 4/16/66.
Yes, that's it.
I've got some information in the file if you want to take the file and run it. Okay, I think I've got a place for you to go. So, we're going to give this.
Absolutely.
Turn and we'll work on getting you a place to go to.
All right.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Emily A. Smith, case number CRD 23627, and Edward Turner is on deck.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yeah.
birthday.
Simplicity, theft. Either it wasn't Walmart, Family Dollar. She's with somebody else. It's basically Family Dollar. Does anyone have contact with the facility at a park for inpatient? Okay, I would, if park inpatient would accept Ms. Smith, I would order that. And I'm going to continue this to Friday and would release her to park if they're willing to accept her. I can contact Ms. Gabbard. I think she has some contacts with park and see if we can make that happen.
Okay, will you text her or send me her info? Okay.
And I think she's familiar with this case.
Yes.
Case is continued to Friday, the 13th.
Right.
That's what I'm doing my desk. Okay.
State of Ohio versus Edward Turner II, case number CRB 24587.
Sir, are you Edward Turner? Sir, are you Edward Turner?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Turner, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You do make statements that can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. You have a right to bond and to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir.
The charge against you is domestic violence. The state's alleging that on September the 6th, in Rome Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause harm to Gary Turner, and that Gary Turner is either a member of your household or family. And it's also alleged that you've been previously convicted of domestic violence. So that makes this a felony of the 4th degree. Maximum penalty is 18 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you have a job?
No, I do side work right now. I don't have lost my driver's license, and I'm in the middle of getting all that stuff back. I've turned my life around completely and doing a lot. I've been 4 years sober off of opiates and drugs and whatnot, and just changing my life for a lot. And working towards our goals and making things better.
Is Mr. Sire still here? Sire?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to appoint a lawyer for you. I'm just checking to see if he's still here. Mr. Steyer, I'm going to appoint you to represent Mr. Turner. It's Edward Turner. Okay. It's a felony for domestic. State's position on bond.
Your Honor, in reading the officer's statement and also in hearing what Mr. Turner had to say, he's apparently struggled with addiction issues in the past, and this indicates that he was intoxicated when he went to the home of the victim and they got into an altercation. So it might be a good thing if Mr. Turner wanted to start addressing any issues that have arisen again because of substance abuse, alcohol abuse. We would like a protection order, and if he's willing to seek treatment, we would not have an opposition to an OR bond.
Did you hear that, Mr. Turner?
Yes.
You want to talk to your lawyer about that, or do you have something you want to say now?
I don't mind. If we get an oral bond, I'll seek treatment and all that, yes, sir.
Your Honor, he apparently has a common pleas waiver. I'm
I'm
gonna,
in front of Judge Ballard on this.
let me,
Wednesday, the 11th.
You got a hearing in front of Judge Ballard coming up this Wednesday?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I spoke with Madison from Lawrence County Adult Probation. She's agreeing for him to get the treatment after he's arraigned.
Okay.
all this is last week's document I'm looking at. Yeah, I now represent him in that case as well. I would ask for a cognizance bond in this matter so that we can figure out what's going to happen in Judge Ballard's case. It is an ILC violation, so I am fairly confident that anything we do that we get him out of jail in front of Judge Ballard is going to involve treatment. So I think we would be safe just setting a basic OR bond here so that we can deal with that issue there. But if you prefer, I'll be here Friday.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, Mr. Turner, I'm going to give you a $2,500 signature bond with an order that you go to RRS or wherever Judge Ballard decides for you to go. For treatment, assuming that happens. Of course, he can trump this by saying, no, you're going to stay in jail, and then you won't go to treatment. But if he agrees, you'll go to treatment wherever he says, and then when you want to do the preliminary hearing. I think
might be worth going out to the 20th if that's not a bad day, because that'll give us time to get things figured out. What's going on? I don't think we're gonna probably, we may or may not wrap this up Wednesday with Judge Ballard, but if we don't, if we do, I guess it'd be fine to be here Friday, but if we don't, then we should be spinning our wheels being here Friday.
Okay, I'm going to set it for September the 20th at the defendant's request and set an OR bond here in this court. And there is a protection order to stay away from Gary, so you can't go around or contact him.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Russell A. Severance at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24543.
I'm gonna defer to her, Judge, to let her explain this situation to you.
Okay.
So he says he does have Molina Medicaid. He says he just don't have the card. That's why he says he don't have insurance. We're checking it right now, but either way, we can take him. We just can't pick him up till tomorrow from the jail.
You agreeable with that, Mr. Severance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll order you released to Shawnee for inpatient.
That'll work.
Come back for the next hearing period.
Got it.
I think that's good here, Judge.
Yep.
September 27th will be your next hearing here at the court.
All right.
At defendant's request.
Wait time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio recalls Tracy J. McDonald, case number TRC 222574, ABCD and E.
Mr. McDonald is appearing by teleconference. His lawyer is here. I've got a report now from Mahajan, dated today.
I've read it, Judge, I'm a little bit confused.
Yeah.
It says non-compliant, but it looks, I don't see where he's non-compliant.
See you later.
Well, it says his last drug screen was positive.
Yeah, I don't know if that meant, well, he's taking MATs, I don't, it's not as clear as I like it have been. Would hope that
Well, I was
was
hoping
his
we would
MATs.
get a clearer report, but we didn't, so I think we need to do it again. So we need a clear report that you're completed and done what you need to, Mr. McDonald. Okay, he's been in that car, so I'm going to assume he's still there, and this lady can report to him. His next hearing is going to be in October, what's,
Judge, the 7th is bad, and the 14th through the 21st is bad. I could do the 4th, I could do,
25th?
I can do 25th, that's fine.
October 25th. Get me a clean report, Mr. McDonald, you'll finish up. This one was not clean.
Hello?
We need a clean report. Your report says you're not compliant and you were tested, that you had a positive report out of the screen. I don't know what that means. They didn't say what you were positive for, but it wasn't clean, so I need a clean report. October 25th is your next hearing.
We'll see you October 25th, Tracy. Get a clean report.
State of Ohio recalls Darrell W. McFan, case number CRB 24586.
I was listening to you and then.
Mr. Stratton's case. And we're letting, so we've
She's
got-
here.
We've got the mother here now. So, on.
I think we're okay, excuse me, oh, bless you. I think they're okay with the signature bond, it was about the, bless you again. About the protection order, Your Honor.
What she says.
This is your copy. Put the date on it.
I know. These things are really That's right.
We're just waiting on the prosecutor's take on the protection order, Your Honor.
Well, the alleged victim is a minor, so his mother's here, Kimberly McFadden, and she is not requesting a protection order. And she's explained to me in her estimation what actually happened. It's always a concern when there's going to be a juvenile in the home where the offense is alleged to have taken place, but she's assured me that it's not going to be a problem, so I'm not, don't have any other way to assess this. I asked how the law enforcement became involved, and there's another child who's 19, he's an adult in the home, and he's the one that called. So I just, at this point, I'm not sure what kind of a recommendation to make, except I think she'll say she doesn't think there needs to be a protection order.
Okay, no protection order, signature bond. When do you want to come back to the next time?
It's up to the court.
27th,
27th is fine.
September 27th. For pretrial, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Kayla Holbrook, case number CRB 24287, A, B, and C.
This is Mr. Steyer's case set for trial.
It's two different.
Grab a couple.
There.
Yeah. Oh.
I guess so.
Oh, you got that back here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you sit here. No, you sit here, you get with her.
I'll be able to proceed on that charge. We'll just have to maybe testify.
Right, so I've got her. Husband's grandfather, he's got this place. I'll have him sit on the Your Honor,
He's gone, he's off the bench.
He's different, short
oh,
recess.
I didn't realize that.
He'll be right back.
Okay. No, I understand. Waiver's a lot.
So I put it in one too bitty chair.
Hey, Ron, can you ask the judge if we could take a minute so I could talk to the victim just for a few minutes?
He's in the restroom.
Okay. I know.
I'll be right back.
Okay.